So, hey guys. Today we're going to be trying to utilize the mechanic of Metalmorph. That's kind of weird. So, uh, as I've mentioned before, if we were able to remove the, well, metal cards from our hand, so we go order reveal, and then we go chain 2, card that can remove whatever card from our hand, then it will resolve like this. We will add a card. Well, actually, we'll do whatever the discard effect is first, and then next chain, when this effect resolves, it'll add a card, and then it simply will not shuffle the card, right? And this is fine because Metalmorph specifically allows you to special summon from hand, deck, or graveyard, which I don't know why it allows you to do because I have no idea how you're getting your cards into the graveyard. Like your high level Metalmorph guys, like an archetype, like how would this happen? Absolutely no idea. Either it's like something for future support or an archetype that's supposed to be played alongside this or something. But okay. Basic idea, first thing we're gonna need is 3 copies of Metal Flame, and then we'll go incoming machine. And then after this we'll need, we'll probably want, I guess we'll go with 3 copies of Zoa, the Fiendish Beast, because Zoa's still pretty good, I think. And then Metal Illusionist is also not bad, so we can go 3 copies of Metal Illusionist, and then 1 or 2 copies of Red Eyes Black Full Metal is what I would want to play. It depends, I guess. And then we'll go 2 Max Metals, and then 1 Flame Coating, I think, right? And that should be okay, I think. And we don't really need Metal Zoa anymore, but Metal Zoa is fine to play, and it's just 1 additional card, so whatever. We have an 18 card kind of little package here, and the cards we're playing alongside this will probably be Despia, and I think that makes sense. So we'll go with Despia, and we'll go 3 Aluber. We'll need at least 1 branded in red, 3 copies of Opening, and then 3 copies of Tragedy, I'm thinking. And we'll actually grab the foil ones because that's what I feel like today. And then the rest of this is pretty fine, and then probably just however many copies of Masquerade, the Blazing Dragon you would need. So I'm not going to bother crafting these, but yeah. This is the basic idea so far. And then Branded Banishment, let's see, is this useful maybe? Fusion Summon a guy. Oh, actually, I think we should grab 1 Theater as well, yeah. Okay, Branded Banishment. Special Summon, Fusion Summon. This is not that bad of a card, so I guess 1 of would be okay. In an ideal world, we would be summoning Tragedy back with this, and then banishing Tragedy alongside 1 of our opponent's cards. And then we can use this to make, I guess, Masquerade. Assuming our opponent is on Lighted and or Darks. Does this allow you to summon with yours? Either field. Right, so that's fine. So, alright. Basic idea here now is that we're just going to throw in Allure and pray we get good hands. That's about all I'm hoping for at this point. So, okay. We should probably throw in some Bestials because that would help with the consistency a little bit, I think. Not by like that much, but yeah. If we were to play a Chaos-based package, I think that would be good. Maybe. To help you special summon out the Red Eyes Black Full Metal, but now I'm realizing we don't actually really need that, do we? So, what else could we go for here? So, right here, I think the goal is just to burn. So we'll go at least this. We'll go Verte, and then we'll go Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and there's like a reason for this, of course. So we'll do this, and then Fusion Destiny. If we open this, it wouldn't be too bad. We could cap out on Fusion Destinies if we cared. Whatever. And then we go Heroes, we'll go Celestial and Dasher, I guess. Although, like, the Dasher's not really doing that much. So, whatever. Celestial and Dasher, and then alright. Pretty basic idea in here now. We should be able to do what we need to do. So, alright, we have a decent normal summon if we need it, and we have Despia and Tragedy. So, draw 2, we grab a Looper. So, yeah, maybe we should throw in one more Despia card just for a target to search, I guess. And there's a really good one. So, yeah, I see it. We should add specifically the guy that special summons itself back, so we can use it as fusion material a second time. So just one of those would make a huge difference, and that's what we would add here. Yeah. So obviously we have no room for hand traps here. Yeah, because the engine, I don't have a way to make this super consistent, but okay. I'm thinking we bash Tragedy, we normal summon a Looper, and then we'll probably grab Theater, and then we'll go, I'm thinking, we don't have it in our hand here. It would be better if we had Branded Opening in this hand, but we don't really have a good way to search Branded Opening, I don't think. So we would use a Looper plus the other guy here, unfortunately, right? And then we would just make a couple of Masquerades. I think we can make 3 with this hand, which is something. With what we have here, that's enough for materials for 3 Masquerades, so that's nice, I guess. Okay, now we have a few more cards. Kinda nice. So, with Branded in red, it's kinda weird, but if we have Branded opening as well, that actually gives us some options. But we don't have a guy to send to the graveyard off of this, unfortunately. Okay. Information acquired. Essentially, we want to throw in Dramaturge, I guess. And that's probably the big thing finished. Aside from that, what are we missing for this? Probably not much, right? But what are we really afraid of here? So Max E, we don't really care that much because we're just burning our opponent, and they probably don't have a super good way to stop us from getting into these guys, so we should be fine in that regard. I guess we could throw in some more consistency cards, and we just don't care about hand traps because, yeah, going second is the only thing this deck is really going to be able to do. That's my expectation, right? So yeah, let's throw in 1 for 1 and just as many engine cards as possible. Well, wrong card. That's not an engine card. All right, one for 1. And then from here, what would up the consistency even more? Well, in terms of consistency, could we get much higher than this? Well, yeah, I guess it's more copies of Fusion Destiny, really. And then that's as much engine as I can fit into 40, I think. So this is just really a proof of concept. So, all right, now that we have the combo, we can go. In this case, we always want to put Metal Flame Swordsman back, so we would go Metal Flame Swordsman effect to grab. In this case, I think it would just be either Red Eyes, Black Full Metal, or Zoa. We'd prefer to do the discard here, right? So actually, the thing that I was overlooking, I figured it out. It's Max Metalmorph. We don't have a good target off of Max Metalmorph for the most part. These guys are fairies or fiends, right? Yeah. And since this is a fiend, yeah, we kind of needed to run the Metal Zoa, so it's fine, I think. But if we had a Bestials, this is why we want the Bestials maybe. It would be so we could make Verte, and then we could resolve Branded Opening later. Yeah, that's why. But then we don't have a good way to summon a Luber, which is awkward. So there's that, I suppose. But alright, idea. This will grab Red Eyes, Black Full Metal, Chain 1, Black Full Metal, Chain 2, Branded Opening, the Pitch, and then here I think we'll just grab or special summon the Dramaturge. Either one is fine. Normal, summon a Luber, we can grab a card. We have an incoming machine as well. So we could do that. I think the better thing to grab actually is Tragedy, just to get that into the graveyard for later. So that's what should grab us Dramaturge. So we should actually add this or special summon this. And then normal summon Aluber, grab Branded Leader. We can do that. To then grab a Dramaturge for the next turn, or we can just directly put the Dramaturge on the field, kinda, for next turn. Both options are not that bad, and this is a Fiend, that's a Fairy. Or no, they're both Fairies, yeah. And we would have Red Eyes Blackfold Metal in the graveyard here. Incoming Machine. I guess here we can grab a Zoa, the Fiendish Beast, just to have a target, right? So we can special summon Zoa and grab, in this case, we can grab Flame Coating. Flame Coating, then, yeah, okay, so we have at least Masquerade plus Metal Flame Swordsman, which is not that bad. Could be worse, I guess. And we have the one negate on Dramaturge of Despia. Still missing some sauce. I don't know if there's a good way to like do something better for either of these. I guess if we were specifically to make seals, that would be the better normal summon in that regard. But then we don't have access to like a Masquerade, which is annoying, but it's fine, I guess. If we have Fusion Destiny, we can use Max Metal Flame. So in this case, we would have been really like we would have really enjoyed having like a Looper here, but unfortunate, I guess. Or like a rented opening to access the Looper. So with Max Metalmorph, we can tribute DPE for a Metal Flame Swordsman, and you can control more than one, right? Yeah, you can control more than one Metal Flame Swordsman, I think. Unless maybe this card says something about it. Nope. How about this one? No. So, alright, we can use Flame Coating and Max Metal to summon essentially 2 copies here, and then if we had access to a Luber, we could potentially throw onto the field as well 1 or 2 Masquerade. We're mostly just hoping for the 1. 2 would be really nice if we could manage. So you're burning here for every card you're activating, it's burning for 16,000. So how many effects can you activate? 4 effects, period, and then you die. So pretty brutal in that regard. A little bit interesting, I suppose. And that's on resolution. So technically, if you were activating like the Centurion field spell, for example, right? Wait, actually, wait. How many effects can you activate? No, it's 6, not 4. But okay. Either way, if you activate the Centurion field spell, that's 1 activation, and then the effect to put a guy in the back row, that's 2 activations, and that does 3,000. And then, well, 3,200 to be precise. And then if you were to activate the Trudea effect to put Primera onto the field, and then Primera effect, that leaves you with like 1 or 2 effects that you can activate. And then you're dead. And I mean, if we specifically use Branded Opening, as well as the fact that we have Maximal Morph and Flame Coating, none of these guys on the field that burn are actually destructible by card effect. So Masquerade would be protected by Branded Opening, and then Flame Coating and Maximal Morph, both of these have some protection effects, which could be pretty damn brutal. So that's the idea I'm thinking about right now. I mean, there's also the idea of maybe like if we have summoned the DP off of Verte, we could like DP pop a guy and then tribute DP. And if we are playing the Despia cards, we can technically run 1 copy of Ad Libitum to bring back like the DP on a later turn and get it back into rotation. So there's that. Idea is just like a consistency kind of issue where you can't consistently get the hands you want. Oh, actually, wait a second. Gold Sark is legal. Oh yeah. That only helps us get into the Looper though. Still don't have enough access into these cards. A little bit awkward in that regard, I guess. But yeah. Okay. Even if we do run Gold Sark, that only helps us get consistency into Aluber and nothing else, which is kind of awkward. But yeah, that's the general idea. I mean, there's probably not too much we can do to improve on this. We can just look at a few more hands, I guess. That's about it, right? Uh, those are the search targets. We don't really want them. All right, branded opening, nice. But we have tragedy. Does tragedy matter in this case? No, because we're not running ad libitum. Okay, so the idea here, well, is nothing in particular because, yeah, we don't have like a guide to send for opening, really. So I think branded opening gives us this, yeah. So we're mostly looking for like a branded in red. If we open that, yeah, just the fusion spell really with the Despia cards, and then we're looking for 1 or 2 copies of the metal cards, and that would probably do it. If we open Zoa, and then we were to normal summon Aluber, we can't really make Masquerade anymore if we link off Reverte, which is awkward. I think we do need branded opening. If we don't have branded opening, I don't think I can make it work. So yeah, don't really have a good way to special summon Aluber either, and no reason or no way to easily access branded opening. And if I do Aluber to search branded opening, then I don't have like that good of a target for branded opening anymore. Unless I had some other way to fusion summon, like Cartesia, but then it gets like kind of long-winded and kind of like complicated in how we could get all of our parts and pieces. So yeah, it looks like it's not really working too well. But yeah, I guess that's all I got for you guys today then. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.